Well, hello and welcome to my latest project. This one's a little bit different. It's got to do with woodworking. Recently, a friend of mine asked me to help him out. He's rebuilding his house and he needed loads of bits of wood chamfered. So that's obviously a job for the router. But it was going to take me forever to do it all with a hand router. So I decided it would be great to have a little router table of sorts. And I looked around the internet and there were loads of ideas for benchtop routers and router tables, home builds, etc. But none of them were quite right. For me, that is. Now, JSK-Koubou, who is a brilliant Japanese YouTube creator, which you probably already know if you're watching this, designed a very clever, simple one, which would be brilliant, except that my benches are too high, too tall, so that if I put the router table on it, I would be sort of routing at head height. So I decided to adapt it for my own use. Now, I'm not trying to improve his, it's brilliant and it's much better than mine, but I just wanted to show you another version which you might find useful, that you might be able to build for your own workshop. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe if you like it. Comment, like, anything. I'd love to interact with you. Thanks so much and I hope you enjoy it. So the concept for what I was trying to do is very simple. I wanted to make something which I could attach and remove from my workbench really easily and quickly, so that if I suddenly wanted to do a bit of routing, I could just put this together, take it down again, and no fuss. I just don't have the space in my workshop for an actual router table. So I hope this makes sense as you see the build. So as you've probably guessed, the base of the table is made out of MDF. I chose 9mm MDF because that's the right sort of strength and it won't bend over the sort of size that I'm building. But it's a bit thick to attach the router to. So the business part of the router table is being made of this stuff you see here, which is shower paneling. It's a wonderful material if you don't know it. It's very, very strong. It's basically plywood that has, I'm guessing, a sort of resin cover on both sides. The bit you can see here, this grey one, is the textured side which will go sort of facing you in the shower cubicle, so to speak. And the other side is a wonderfully flat white surface, a bit like Formica, which I'm going to use for the surface of the router table. It's very strong for its thickness, which is its great advantage. You could use plywood, you could use an MDF, but you can't just use it by itself because the thickness required in order to attach the router would not be sturdy enough, in my opinion. switches on from the actual router, and I can switch it off from here. But if I try and switch it back on from here, only the light comes on. But I have to actually manually switch it on the router, so I suppose it's got to know, you know what it's called, if the power goes on it can't come on automatically again, which doesn't exactly help for this setup. But anyway, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I can still switch it off in case of an emergency from here. So there you have it. It's really simple, right? It couldn't be easier. It's very effective. It's been very useful for that job I had to do, and it's going to be hugely helpful for some projects I've got coming up where I want to build some boxes, and it's going to be fantastic for dovetailing the box. This is the simplest version of it, right? If you watch JSK-Koubou's videos, you will see that there are lots of little accessories you could make for it to make it even more versatile. But this is all I need for now. So I hope it was useful, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.